November 2, 2024. The commemoration of all the faithful departed. All souls. A reading from the Book of Wisdom. The souls of the righteous are in the hand of God, and no torment will ever touch them. In the eyes of the foolish they seem to have died, and their departure was thought to be an evil thing, and their going from us to be their destruction, but they are at peace. For though in the sight of men they were punished, their hope is full of immortality. Having been disciplined a little, they will receive great good, because God tested them and found them worthy of Himself. Like gold in the furnace He tried them, and like a sacrificial whole burnt offering He accepted them. In the time of their visitation they will shine forth and will run like sparks through the stubble. They will govern nations and rule over peoples, and the Lord will reign over them forever. Those who trust in Him will understand truth, and the faithful will abide with Him in love, because grace and mercy are upon His holy ones. The Word of the Lord. Responsorial Psalm Response. The Lord is my light and my salvation. The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life, whom should I dread? The Lord is my light and my salvation. There is one thing I ask of the Lord, only this do I seek, to live in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze on the beauty of the Lord, to inquire at His temple. The Lord is my light and my salvation. O Lord, hear my voice when I call, have mercy and answer me. It is your face, O Lord, that I seek, hide not your face from me. The Lord is my light and my salvation. I believe I shall see the Lord's goodness in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord, be strong, be stout-hearted, and wait for the Lord. The Lord is my light and my salvation. A reading from the letter of St. Paul to the Romans. Brethren, hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us. For while we were still weak, at the right time Christ died for the ungodly. For one will scarcely die for a righteous person, though perhaps for a good person one would dare even to die, but God shows His love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Since, therefore, we have now been justified by His blood, much more shall we be saved by Him from the wrath of God. For if while we were enemies we were reconciled to God by the death of His Son, much more, now that we are reconciled, shall we be saved by His life. More than that, we also rejoice in God through our Lord Jesus Christ, through whom we have now received the word of the Lord. Alleluia, alleluia. I am the resurrection and the life, says the Lord, everyone who lives and believes in me shall never die. Alleluia. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. At that time, Jesus said to the crowds, all that the Father gives me will come to me, and whoever comes to me I will never cast out. For I have come down from heaven, not to do my own will but the will of Him who sent me. And this is the will of Him who sent me, that I should lose nothing of all that He has given me, but raise it up on the last day. For this is the will of my Father, that everyone who looks on the Son and believes in Him should have eternal life, and I will raise him up on the last day. The Gospel of the Lord. Reflection. Commemoration of all the faithful departed. The Feast of All Souls is a day when we remember all our loved ones who have died. We all have people we want to remember and pray for today. Our praying for the dead is one of the ways that we give expression to our continuing communion with our loved ones who have died. We believe in the communion of saints, that deep spiritual bond between those who have reached the end of their earthly pilgrimage and those, like ourselves, who are still on that pilgrimage. The group of women who had followed Jesus in Galilee and had come up to Jerusalem from Galilee with Him, were in communion with Jesus as He was dying. They were looking on from a distance as He was dying. Once He died, they must have thought that their communion with Him was broken forever. Yet, when they went to the tomb to anoint His body on that first Easter morning, they heard the wonderful news that Jesus who had been crucified was now risen and that He would soon meet His followers again in Galilee. Their communion with Jesus and His with them had not been broken by death after all. He would continue to relate to them, and they could continue to relate to Him, even if in a new and different way. Beyond death, our loved ones continue to relate to us and we to them, in a new and different way. Every year, the Church gives us this day, the 2nd of November, to express our relationship with those we were close to in this life who have died. We pause this day to give thanks for their lives, to pray for them, and to ask them to pray for us.